Listen to me, anybody can look good during the honeymoon phase. That's the easy part. When you first meet somebody, y'all laughing at the same jokes, you dressing your best. You're giving your all to impress. But what happens 6 months in? What happens when the newness wears off? See, the real test of love ain't how hot it burns in the beginning. It's how strong it lasts when the butterflies fade. You want to know how to keep your partner interested after that honeymoon phase? It ain't about fancy dinners every night. It ain't about buying expensive gifts. It's about consistency. People think love is one big grand gesture, but no, it's a series of small acts done every day. When you wake up and choose to make that person feel special, feel seen, feel valued, that's when you build something that don't fade. See, here's the truth. You can't keep anybody interested if you stop being the person you were when they first fell for you. Too many folks get comfortable. They stop saying, I love you. Stop giving compliments. Stop putting in the effort. But listen, effort is attractive. Effort keeps love alive. Don't stop dating your partner just because you already got them. Don't stop communicating just because you think they already know how you feel. Love isn't about the fireworks in the beginning. It's about the steady flame you keep alive after the butterflies fade. Anybody can start off strong in the beginning because that's the easy part. The excitement is new, the thrill is fresh, and you both are discovering something different about each other every single day. But let me tell you something, butterflies don't last forever. That's not what keeps a relationship alive. It's what you do after the butterflies are gone that shows whether or not your love is real. When the routine sets in, when you've seen each other at your best and at your worst, that's when the real test begins. A lot of people confuse the butterflies for love, but in reality, those are just sparks. Sparks are supposed to start a fire, but if you don't tend to it, if you don't protect it, the fire dies out. A lasting relationship is not about waking up every day and feeling like it's the first date. It's about waking up and choosing that person again and again, even when the feelings aren't rushing in like they used to. It's about keeping the flame steady, not flashy. You know why? Because passion without stability burns out, but love with consistency lasts a lifetime. Think about a candle versus fireworks. Fireworks light up the sky and disappear in seconds, leaving nothing but smoke. But a candle, when taken care of, can burn slow and steady through the night. Your relationship is that candle. It doesn't have to explode with excitement every moment. It just has to keep burning. And how do you keep that flame alive? It's the little things. It's remembering to say thank you. It's checking in when you know your partner's had a hard day. It's choosing to listen instead of just hearing. It's showing up even when you're tired, even when life is pulling you in 1,000 directions. Because at the end of the day, love is a verb, not just a feeling. Feelings change, they rise and fall like waves, but your actions are what tell your partner, I still choose you. That's how you make a person feel safe, secure, and valued long after the honeymoon phase is gone. See, real love is proven in the ordinary, not the extraordinary. Anybody can buy flowers once in a while, but can you be there when they're sick? Can you support their dreams even when it costs you comfort? Can you still hold their hand when life is heavy? That's where the steady flame shows up. That's where real commitment shines. If you treat your relationship like a firework, you'll get a show and then emptiness. But if you treat it like a steady flame, you'll get warmth, light, and comfort for years to come. That's the difference between a fling and a forever. That's why love isn't about chasing butterflies, it's about protecting the flame that keeps your hearts connected. When it comes to keeping your partner interested long after the honeymoon phase, one of the most powerful things you can do is never stop showing genuine appreciation. You see, people don't leave relationships because they fall out of love. They leave because they start feeling invisible, unappreciated, and taken for granted. In the beginning, we're all quick to compliment, to say, thank you, to notice every little detail. But as time passes, we start assuming the other person just knows how we feel. We stop saying it out loud. That's where the danger creeps in. Because when someone feels unseen, when they feel like their efforts don't matter, the relationship slowly begins to starve. Love needs appreciation the same way plants need water. If you don't pour into it, it wilts. Showing appreciation isn't about grand gestures. It's not about buying expensive gifts or making dramatic displays. It's about the small, consistent acknowledgments that say, I see you. I value what you do. You matter to me. When your partner cooks dinner, don't just eat it. Thank them for taking the time. When they work hard to provide, let them know you notice their effort. When they show up for you in small ways, highlight it instead of assuming it's just their job. Everybody wants to feel important in the eyes of the person they love. It's human nature. And when you give that kind of affirmation, it feeds the bond and strengthens it far beyond the honeymoon phase. The truth is, people stay where they feel celebrated, not where they feel tolerated. If your partner feels like you don't see their worth, they will eventually look for places where they do feel value. That doesn't mean they stop loving you. It just means they start craving what's missing. And here's the thing, the little words you speak today can keep your relationship thriving tomorrow. It could be as simple as, "I'm proud of you. I appreciate how hard you work," or even, "Thank you for being here with me." Those small moments of recognition build a foundation that lasts when the feelings of infatuation fade. Now, don't get it twisted. Appreciation has to be genuine. You can't fake it or just say words without meaning them. People know when you're just checking a box. It has to come from the heart. It has to be rooted in the fact that you truly value this person's role in your life. And when you practice that regularly, something beautiful happens. Your partner doesn't just feel loved, they feel important. And when people feel important, they invest more, they give more, they lean in more. That's how you keep someone interested long after the initial spark has cooled down. At the end of the day, it's simple. Don't stop doing the things that made your partner fall in love with you in the first place. If appreciation was there in the beginning, keep it alive. Don't let comfort kill what consistency can protect. If you water the relationship with appreciation, the love will continue to grow no matter how many years pass. One of the most overlooked keys to keeping your partner interested long after the honeymoon phase is keeping the element of surprise alive. See, in the beginning of a relationship, everything feels fresh. You're learning new things about each other every day. You're excited to plan dates, and every little gesture feels special. But as time goes on, routines take over. The same restaurants, the same routines, the same conversations. It all starts to feel predictable. And let me tell you something, predictability is the silent killer of passion. It's not that love disappears. It's that excitement fades when nothing new shows up. Now, I'm not saying you have to live your life like a Hollywood movie or pull off grand, dramatic surprises all the time. No. What I'm saying is, never stop doing the little things that break the monotony. Surprise doesn't have to cost money, it just requires thought. Send your partner a text in the middle of the day that says, "I was just thinking about you." That's free. Cook their favorite meal out of the blue, light some candles, and turn the ordinary night into something memorable. Plan a simple weekend drive to a place they've never been before. Write a note and leave it on their pillow. See, it's not the size of the surprise. It's the reminder that you still care enough to keep the spark alive. Here's the truth, when you stop surprising your partner, you risk them forgetting how exciting love can be. People want to feel chosen over and over again, not just at the beginning. The element of surprise says, I still want to impress you. I still want to see that smile on your face. I still want to make your heart skip. And that feeling, when your partner knows you're still trying, is what keeps love alive beyond the honeymoon phase. Think about it this way, if you went to the same restaurant every single day, eventually the food, no matter how good, would start to taste bland. But switch it up, add a new dish, try a different flavor. That's when your senses wake back up. Relationships work the same way. Surprise is the seasoning. Without it, things get dull. With it, even ordinary moments can feel extraordinary. And here's another part of it. When you surprise your partner, you remind them that you don't take them for granted. Because taking someone for granted is one of the quickest ways to make them feel unloved. When you surprise them, you're saying, you still matter enough for me to put in effort. And effort is what keeps love thriving. So if you want to keep your partner interested, don't let life get so predictable that your relationship feels like a routine. Add some excitement back in. Keep the mystery alive. Because when love feels alive, when your partner never quite knows what sweet gesture or thoughtful act you'll do next, that's when they stay excited to be with you. Not just in the honeymoon phase, but for the long run. Another powerful way to keep your partner interested long after the honeymoon phase is through appreciation. I can't stress this enough. People never get tired of being appreciated. When you first get together, you compliment everything, their smile, the way they laugh, the effort they put into dressing up for you. You notice the details. But over time, we stop saying those things out loud. We start thinking, oh, they already know how I feel. And that's where we go wrong. Love doesn't fade because it disappears. It fades because it stops being expressed. Appreciation is fuel for love. Imagine working hard at a job and never once being told, great work. I see what you're doing. Eventually, you start feeling invisible. Relationships work the same way. If your partner is always making dinner, paying the bills, helping with the kids, or just being supportive when life gets rough, and you never stop to say, thank you, I see you, I appreciate you, then they start questioning their worth in your life. And the truth is, when people stop feeling valued, they stop giving their best. Appreciation isn't just about words, it's about action too. Saying thank you is powerful, but showing it is even better. Bring them coffee in the morning because you know that's their thing. Buy their favorite snack on your way home, not because they asked, but because you remember. Give them a hug out of nowhere and whisper, I'm glad you're in my life. Those gestures cost nothing, but they speak volumes. Appreciation isn't about grand gifts, it's about everyday acknowledgement. Now let me tell you this, when you don't express appreciation, your partner starts to feel like they're replaceable. And when they feel replaceable, distance creeps in. They may not leave, but the connection weakens. On the other hand, when you make it a habit to appreciate them consistently, they feel seen, they feel chosen, and they feel secure in your love. That's what keeps the fire alive, even after the early excitement has settled. Another truth, appreciation works both ways. When you give it, you often receive it back. Relationships thrive on reciprocity. When you say, I love how hard you work for us, or I'm so lucky to have you, it naturally softens your partner's heart and makes them want to express the same gratitude toward you. It creates a cycle of positivity, and that cycle is what keeps couples bonded. Think about it. Everyone wants to feel special in someone's eyes. Appreciation is the way you keep reminding your partner, you are special to me. I don't take you for granted. I notice what you do. I value who you are. And let me tell you something, when people feel appreciated, they stay. They stay excited, they stay invested, and they stay in love because they know their presence is recognized and their effort is never wasted. Keynote 5 is about growth. Because the truth is, if you want to keep your partner interested long after the honeymoon phase, you have to keep growing as a person. See, a lot of folks make the mistake of thinking the relationship will carry itself. They think once they've got the ring, the commitment, or the title, the work is done. But love doesn't stay alive by itself. You've got to keep feeding it. And one of the best ways to do that is by constantly improving yourself. Think about it. When you first met, you brought your best self to the table. You looked sharp, you talked with confidence, you had dreams, energy, and passion. That's what drew your partner in. But somewhere down the line, people get comfortable, and that comfort can turn into complacency. You stop taking care of yourself the way you used to. You stop growing, stop dreaming, stop doing the little things that made you attractive in the first place. And that's when relationships lose spark, not because the love is gone, but because the excitement that comes from growth and evolution isn't there anymore. Growth doesn't mean changing who you are. It means becoming the best version of yourself over and over again. Read books, chase new goals, stay active, work on your mindset, pick up hobbies that bring you joy. When your partner sees you still pushing forward, still trying to be better than yesterday, it inspires them too. Growth is magnetic. You can't be stuck in the same place 5 years in a row and expect your partner to stay excited. When they see you leveling up, whether in your career, your health, your confidence, or your spirit, they get reminded why they chose you in the first place. But growth isn't just about personal achievements. It's also about emotional growth. Learn to communicate better. Learn to listen without jumping to defend yourself. Learn to be patient and supportive in ways you might not have been before. Relationships are classrooms. You're supposed to come out smarter, stronger, and wiser together than you were when you started. If both partners are growing, the relationship doesn't get stale, it gets deeper. Now let's flip it. If you don't grow, if you stay the same while your partner is evolving, you create distance. They're moving forward and you're standing still. Over time, that gap gets bigger, and eventually, it feels like you're living in two different worlds. That's why growth is non-negotiable. It's the bridge that keeps two people walking side by side instead of drifting apart. Here's the secret. Growth makes love exciting again. It gives your partner new things to admire about you, new reasons to respect you, and new sparks to fall in love with. And when you're both committed to evolving, the honeymoon phase never really ends. It just keeps changing shape, becoming richer, deeper, and more powerful with time. Let me tell you something. Love that last ain't about luck. It's about intention. Anybody can fall in love, but keeping that fire burning long after the honeymoon phase takes effort, consistency, and a real commitment to growth. If you want your partner to stay interested, you've got to keep showing up, not just for them, but for yourself too. Don't stop doing the little things. Don't stop dreaming. Don't stop evolving. Because when you keep investing in who you are and who you both are together, the relationship stays fresh, it stays alive, and it stays strong. So don't ever settle into thinking the work is done. Keep pouring into your partner, keep pouring into yourself, and you'll build a love that outlasts the butterflies. Because real love, the kind that stands the test of time, ain't built on one big moment. It's built on what you do consistently, day after day. That's how you keep your partner interested, and that's how you make sure love never grows old.